Hey guys, I made a macrame wall hanging and here's what I did. I used a 3mm cord and a 3/8 of an inch dowel that I cut to be 12 inches. I cut 16 cords at 12 feet. I attach each cord to the dowel using a lark's head knot. To do this, align the ends of a cord to find the center. Place it over the dowel, bring the ends through the loop created, and pull it tight. Next, use a set of 4 cords to form a square knot. To do this, make a number 4 with the left cord over the 2 middle cords and under the right. Bring the right cord through the loop created. Then do the opposite. Make a backwards 4 with the right cord over the 2 middle cords and under the left. Bring the left cord through the loop created. Repeat this with the rest of the rope. For the second row, find the 4 middle cords from 2 sets of square knots and make a square knot. Repeat this with the rest of the rope. This forms the alternating square knots. I made 5 rows of alternating square knots. Next, I cut an 18-inch cord. Place it right below the square knots. Leave a few inches at the end and tape it. This will be used as a holding cord. Bring the first cord on the left over the holding cord and through the loop created. Pull it tight and do this twice. Repeat this with the rest of the cords and it should form a horizontal line. I placed a 3/8 of an inch piece of cardboard below the horizontal line to create a gap. Then I made another horizontal line. Next, use a set of 8 cords to create a diagonal line. Take the first cord from the left and bring it over the cord to the right of it. This will be your holding cord. Take the now left cord and make a double half-inch knot going toward the right. To do this, make a number 4 with the left cord over the holding cord. Bring the end through the loop created and do this twice. Repeat this with the rest of the set. Then take the 2 center cords. Bring the left cord over the right cord. Use this as your holding cord. Take the now left cord and make another set of double half-inch knots going toward the right. Take the now 16th cord from the left and use that as the holding cord. Bring it over the cord to the left of it and make double half-inch knots going toward the left. To do this, make a backwards 4 with the right cord over the holding cord. Pull the end through the loop created and do this twice. Take the 2 cords of where the diagonals meet and make a double half-inch knot going toward the left. This should form a V. Repeat this with the first cord on the right. When you meet the other diagonal line, make a double half-inch knot going toward the right to form the V. The line should look like they're going away from the center. I made a square knot in the center. At the intersection of each V, continue the diagonals by making another set of double half-inch knots. For the center knot of where the two X's meet, I made a double half-inch knot going toward the left. Next, I made another horizontal line. Then I added a gap and another horizontal line. I made 3 rows of alternating square knots. Then I added a horizontal line, followed by a gap and another horizontal line. I made a set of X's, followed by a horizontal line, a gap, and another line. I ended the pattern with 5 rows of alternating square knots. Turn the macrame over so that the back is facing up. Next, I untwisted the cords from the ends of the horizontal line so that they fit through a tapestry needle. I skipped the closest knot and passed the needle under the other 2 next to it. It was a bit tricky since the knots were tight, but eventually I got it. I repeated this with the other ends. Then I cut the extra cords. You could stop here and be done with the wall hanging, but I wanted to add this gray yarn I got from Walmart. I weaved it through each gap row, going over and under the vertical cords. I taped the ends so that it'd be easier to weave with. I made 2 rows for each gap row. I left extra yarn at the ends so I could tuck them in the back. On the back, I tucked each end under 2 cords, and I crossed them for some reason. Then I cut the extra yarn. Next, I trimmed the bottom of the cords. I added a hanging cord at the top using the longest cord that I trimmed. Then I knotted the ends. I tucked them under 2 cords and cut the extra cords. I combed out a little bit of the strands at the bottom, and here's how it turned out.